Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
Hey, who ordered some loud justice?
Busty Justice.
Heyo!
Get some.
Wonder who ordered it. It was Ray. That's right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Unlimited Justice. Lilith Hellfire's back, baby.
Did you miss me?
That's right. After our 5-week trip to the 31st century with Mr. Will Allred, Lilith's back.
And we're here to because Ray demanded it.
Because our highest paying patron demanded it.
Yeah, if you want your requests catered and tended to, become a patron elite.
Exactly, man. We're pandering to Ray. Justin was all over September, so might even get some wrestle in there. So yes, patronage has its advantages, kids. All right, so this time we are talking the Black Canary miniseries from 1991.
Oh, when times were simpler.
Yes, this was around the time because he shows up for 2 seconds, like the micro Green Arrow run.
Yeah. But the older I get, the less I like it.
Oh, really?
It's like, ooh, it's rated M for mature. Now it's just like, did it really need to be?
What, with Oliver Queen stupping anything that moves? Yeah.
I mean, we see worse on regular books now. Looking at you, Hal Jordan.
Yeah, but remember the time period it was. People were still under the impression only children were reading these things, and
I guess
there's an issue where he puts an arrow through a man. Yeah, it's like the blood.
We saw that on the TV show at 8:00. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but blood and stuff dripping off that arrow. I mean,
I guess I'm just desensitized. As a child of the '90s, I'm just desensitized.
Again, they thought 10-year-olds were reading these little, sometimes. So
again, if your parents are giving you money for the comic book, maybe scan the comic book. Just saying. Tippy Gore, I blame you, Tippy Gore.
All right. So should we dive into these?
Let's get into it.
All right. So Black Canary #1 from November 1991. And where's my feedback, Ray? You said you thought you read these already.
I'm sure we'll be able to patch it in for the podcast.
That's true. November 1991, New Wings, Part 1 of 4, Domestic Troubles.
This bird can fly. This bird will sing. There we go.
Hey, well, writer Sarah Byam. Do you know this person? I wasn't familiar.
Outside of this, no, can't say that I do.
Okay. Just says she works for DC Comics and it's a writer. Yeah, it just says she's a writer. I'm not seeing any other credits, so.
They gave the kid a shot and she did pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, I had no problem with this story. I just wasn't familiar with the name. I was like, no, in fact, it was good enough. I'd be like, I would give anything else she wrote a try. Penciler Dick Giordano and Trevor Von Eden.
Oh wait, I think she does work for Dark Horse now.
Oh,
or
really?
Used to? Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a minute, but I do know she did have a Dark Horse book.
Oh, maybe I'll have to do a more thorough search after this. Yeah.
I don't know if the Dark Horse book was Billy 99, but I think that's actually what she's most known for is a book called Billy. That's Billi, and then the number 99. But yeah, the DC stuff, I don't think she ever did write for DC again.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'll give that a try. But yeah, Dick Giordano and Trevor Von Eden, pencilers, inker Dick Giordano. Somebody's getting their shekel.
Dicky boy!
Colorist Julia Lacquement. Oh my God, it's 2 women on a book in 1991? What?
They gave it a shot. They were setting her up for the best they could do in the 90s.
Were they testing?
Like, we don't want Mike Grell touching this. Somebody get somebody on the phone. I heard he low-key wanted to do a rated M book for Black Canary as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think that's probably why they went the opposite way and let 2 women work on the book.
I was gonna say, were they testing the waters?
I mean,
for
we
a
all know
monthly?
what happened to Green Arrow after a while, where I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. I don't even want to talk. We shall not speak of it.
So were they testing the waters for a Black Canary book? Maybe. Oh, like a monthly.
Yeah. That's what this was supposed to. It's a Black Canary has always had her issues, unfortunately, as a standalone character.
Yeah.
Because that backstory is a little convoluted, and I'm glad that we did
Yes.
kind of pretend
And-
like it doesn't exist.
And every crisis kind of messes with them more.
Yeah, it's like her and Superboy. Yeah, yeah. But I still love her nonetheless.
Yes.
Her imperfections are what makes her perfect for me.
And again, at this point, she was the Black Canary number 2. Her mother was the original.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be one of the canaries from frickin' the Arrowverse. It could be worse.
That is true. Yes, and she was a founding member of the Justice League after they redid that whole origin, and Wonder Woman was
as
dead.
she should be.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's a good fill-in if you're not gonna have Wonder Woman in that origin. Letter Steve Haney and editor Mike Gold. All right, so Gan Duke Nagayan is an outspoken talk radio host. One night,
Shout Jack.
One night on the streets of Seattle, he interrupts a drug deal and winds up in a fight. Afterward, the dealer makes contact with his neo-Nazi boss, and they make plans to have Duke killed. Nearby at the Sherwood Florist,
every time
the sound of the fight wakes Dinah Lands from her sleep. She decides to do some training to work out her annoyances.
Workout.
Well, she was hitting a punching bag. What do you want?
She's thinking of Oliver. You son of a bitch.
Oh my.
If you know, you
know. After having calculated the florist's expenses, Dinah discovers that her unemployed boyfriend Oliver Queen's miscellaneous spending has created a huge deficit for them both.
Told you. I told you.
Lilith's like, I hear you preach, sister. A lot of women are like, yep. She had apparently fallen asleep at her desk when she is awakened by a stray arrow that just misses her head. Oliver is outside testing
an arrow. That's what we'll call it.
Whoa! Is outside.
Oliver's kind of a mess, so I'm just saying that's a euphemism. I'm just letting y'all know.
Oh my! Oliver's outside testing a new and expensive bow and accidentally loosed an arrow through the door into her office. Dinah's enraged both by his antics and his spending. In her frustration, she rejects Oliver's offer of hot sex and leaves him alone to deal with their financial woes and heads off to the mountains by herself.
I reject that energy, first of all.
What energy would that be, Lilith Hellfire?
A bum-ass man. I reject that energy.
First date, kids. You want to date Lilith Hellfire, you need to bring your
you better have a Roth IRA and some savings.
401k, to your tax records, proof of employment,
some stocks, some bonds, some CDs, and I don't mean music.
Oh! Oh my.
Contrary to popular belief, I'm a very responsible adult. I got 4 kids to feed after all.
I mean, the only size Lilith is worried about, gentlemen, is your bank account.
It's got to be at least slightly bigger than mine.
Hey! Oh my. Oh damn. No wonder you end up alone so much. You're high standards. You gotta have a lot of money. You gotta be well hung. It's like Jesus.
Well, like I said, it's a formula. It's a formula. You gotta remember, back in 2018, I went on literally 300 first dates, and I have the formula down to a science. So yeah, it's a formula. I have to apply it like I'm an actuary to see if it's gonna, you know, if you say Hulk can beat Superman, you have to meet it. I'm gonna ask you some follow-up questions.
Oh my God, we need a picture of that board for like Salty and Petty social
Oh
media.
yeah,
when it goes
please
up.
believe I'll have that ready. I actually just ordered a rolling glass whiteboard for my new place.
Oh my God.
So yeah, we could definitely get like a like string and like you know, cards all over the place.
She's building a nuclear reactor down there. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's be an episode. It's like Lilith Hellfire's tips for modern dating.
Yes, of course.
All right, kids. So yes, here. So far, yes, well hung, lots of money, clean.
Must love dogs, obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
Anyway, I didn't know what can of worms I was opening up when I suggested these issues. All right. Dinah and her guide, Auntie Wren, who has given her the annoying nickname of Noisy Crow.
Hater. Hater alert.
Go drink your haterade. Climb the mountains within the rainforest of the Quinault Indian Reservation. At the top of the mountain, they encounter Duke, who is acting as Asian language translator for the tribe in their negotiations for selling lumber.
I just got a flashback to he speaks perfect Mandarin. Traumatized.
I'm just
The
thinking
Arrow
about
show. I'm telling you, Arrow is the gift that keeps on giving. I thought nothing could top Smallville with my obsessive nitpicks.
I'm just thinking of all of Lilith Hellfire's negotiations about lumber. Afterwards,
Definitely got to be pre-treated. If you know, you know.
wow!
Oh man, Salty and Petty's gonna be epic, bro. It's gonna be so epic.
None of those disease trees, kids.
Call your local arborist, fellas.
Wood, Jerry, wood. Afterwards, Duke begs a ride to the ferry back to Seattle with Dinah, and she complies. Meanwhile, men sent to kill Duke head back to the ferry as well. At the ferry lounge, Duke is Shut up. Duke is flirtatious with Dinah. Well, this is the time to do it. And guesses that she must be a cop by her demeanor. While Dinah's in the restroom,
Not this era.
While Dinah's in the restroom, the thugs catch up to Duke and knock him unconscious, dragging him away. Dinah happens to see the altercation and changes into her Black Canary costume. She intervenes, throwing one of the thugs overboard and tying the other one to a winch. The Port Authority come after her, but she evades them, changing back into plainclothes. When they question Duke, they simply respond that the thugs slipped. On the ride home, Duke deduces that Dinah is Black Canary and wonders how he can thank her.
Cash. Buy
Yeah.
some flowers from that damn shop so the tax people don't come knocking. This is a drug front, clearly.
Elsewhere in a military... Oh, no, they'd have money if it was a drug front. Elsewhere on a military base, a soldier is ordered to shoot an innocent man. I was going to say thoughts on the first one, but I think we have your thoughts on the first one.
Now, I think it's a great start to these issues for sure. It's definitely the foundation.
Yeah.
You probably want to reread it one more time if it's your first time reading, just so that it really sinks in the place that she's in. I think this is a perfect modern setup for her. I really enjoy these issues. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I would have been down for more of this. All right. Ready for the second one?
Let's go.
All right. Black Canary number 2, December 1991. Basically the same team, except Dick Giordano's just on inks now, not pencils.
He was just trying to give it the best launch he could.
That's right. Hey, launch party? Why does it say lunch?
tax purposes.
Dinah Lance and her new friend, Gan the Guyan, a Vietnamese American talk radio host, enjoy a picnic overlooking the water. Gan reveals that he once used to work on a fishing boat, using the travel as a means of canvassing neighborhoods for information about his father, of whom there seems to be no record, alive or dead. Now Gan fights the drug trade in Seattle's Chinatown with some success. However, he still sees opposition from skinheads and Senator Garinger, whose war on drugs is worse than no help at all.
Bird.
I know. I was like, really? Elsewhere, a young man named Chad Brennan, the son of a military sergeant, attempts to learn to fire a rifle, but his heart's not in it, and his father is disgusted. They are interrupted by Lauren Garinger Jr., the son of the senator, who arranges to have Chad's father kill Gan. Later, Gan has an interview for his radio station with Senator Garinger, taking the politician to task for his ineffective drug legislation. He cites the lack of...
Like in real life.
A war, you say?
This is why they didn't like the politics of this book.
DC was like, oh, too hot. 1991, too hot. He cites the lack of treatment and failure to make attempts to bridge language gaps between Asian or Spanish language-speaking constituents and the government. When Gan makes a pointed remark, one of the senator's security people shuts off the microphones, but the senator is convinced that nobody's listening to the broadcast in the first place. Of course, Dinah is listening.
Not only does she have a lovely voice, she has eagle ear hearing as well.
Oh, nice. Dinah heads to the library and checks the newspaper records until she finds a headline showing that the Lauren Garinger Jr. was involved in a drug bust.
A little detective work. Put a feather in your cap, Ray. Put a feather in your cap.
Private detective. With this information, she visits. I'm surprised they never did, like, between this point and now, like, they never did, like, it's just like a solo.
It would have been better than the Rockstar era. I agree.
But no, it's just like a solo Black Canary TV show. It's like, attractive woman, private detective. You tell me you can't sell that to a network?
You know what? I don't know if you remember when Paul Blackthorne left Arrow. He actually had a show on NBC where his daughter was a pretty blonde detective. I can't remember the name of that show, and it only lasted one season, but it sells. It was on NBC, to be fair, though.
Yeah.
We all know how NBC does superhero shows.
Or hell, you can even like adult it up a little, like an HBO or something. Okay, not modern HBO.
Let's get, since Netflix did Sandman so lovely, I say we can give them one more try. They didn't do Jupiter's Legacy any justice, but that's more a Mark Millar problem.
Yeah, or what about like Paramount or somebody?
Well, they don't want to do business with them, but I think they would still actually be willing to do business with Netflix. Because Sandman has done so well for them, and they did take the care and time for it. So
there you go.
That's all I'm saying. I think Netflix is the only streaming service that they would probably be open to doing business with right now, because Paramount obviously is a rival studio. So is, anything with Hulu or Disney at this point.
Let's do that, kids.
I need a Black Canary show so bad.
Seriously, season 1, keep all their superheroes out of here. Yeah, just do like a straight up detective thing.
Leather and motorcycle bikes. I'm just saying, it sells itself. She could even be undercover or something,
Exactly. And the boys would be here for it,
Listen, call me when you get your stuff together, Discovery Bros. Call me. I actually already have a script written somewhere. Have to find it on the cloud.
But that show would be successful. People would be down for it.
Now, who should we cast as Black Canary? That is the problem.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a blonde, because we can always...
Well, I'm going to keep it classic, so I am not subjecting another black actress to DC vitriol fanboys. Oh, why are you blackwashing? But I need a blonde. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but if we do like this era of comics, I mean, it could be a woman who throws a
just has a wig on.
Yeah.
I would honestly go with either Dove Cameron, Elle Fanning, I love the Fanning family, so I'm always here for that. And then you also have the ever fan favorite Chloe Grace Moritz. She has a really huge fan base. And, we have to get it young so we can have potential. So otherwise, I would pitch other people if I wasn't thinking like young 20-something.
And then we just need someone who can do the fight training and stuff. And
no tea, no shade.
Stunt doubles. Okay.
But to be fair, I will say that God, who plays Sarah Lance? It's
Katie Lotz.
Yeah, Katie Lotz. She was actually a dancer, so she did get to do a little bit of the stunt training.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have a female action hero. It would be cool, like Maggie Q, who did all her work on La Femme Nikita. That would be pretty awesome, actually.
And again, if we do that in Canada, the show where it is like a long blonde wig, I mean, you get that in the way, man.
Yeah, you can get anybody. Yeah,
you throw some stunt people in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Canary has it worse than Wonder Woman, honestly.
Yeah, but again, she's not as much of a household name as Wonder Woman either.
That's debatable at this point.
I mean, the Arrowverse, she's more well known from like the Arrowverse and stuff, but.
Like I said, Wonder Woman's been a flop, so it's debatable at this point.
Yeah, I think we need to build something around a new Black Canary. Yeah.
Always down. Call me when you get your act together.
And again, would Black Canary be more relatable than a Wonder Woman?
Definitely.
All right. Dinah heads to the library and checks the newspaper records. Showing. With this information, she visits Gann at his apartment, who is unconvinced by the news article that it would serve as proof that the senator is crooked. Dinah admits that she sees conspiracy in most things because she's been through some difficult experiences.
We'll get to that eventually.
Yes, Gann reveals that he already knows that Dinah's Black Canary, just like her mother before her.
Dinah, I was hoping they wouldn't bring. She's like, I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up. Now I have to snap your neck. I'm kidding.
Dinah feels as though being tortured years ago rendered her helpless when she ought to have been stronger. Yeah, Micro, who lived up to the obligation and lived up to the obligations of being a hero. Gann takes her into his arms and comforts her, reminding that she is only human and that being human has its merits. What's he trying to say?
No clue.
Elsewhere, a drug operation being run by a man named Mr. Drake and his compatriot Sooner becomes aware of a broadcast being made by Gann from the streets of Chinatown. Gann calls on the citizens to rebel against the drug trade there. Dinah overhears the broadcast and, fearing for Gann's safety, goes out after him. As she heads towards Gann's location, Sergeant Brennan finds a perch to snipe from, getting Gann in his rifle sight. As Dinah and the police attempt to stop Gann's protest for the civilian safety, the sergeant shoots Gann in the shoulder, and the police become engaged in a gunfight with nearby drug lords. Dinah and Gann rush into the drug den as Mr. Drake uses his own girl as a hostage against the police. As Dinah takes out many of the drug dealers, Mr. Drake realizes that he'll get out more easily if he kills all of his accomplices. When Dinah and Gann
know his secret.
Exactly. When Dinah and Gann make it into the room, Drake is gone and only one man is left alive to take the blame. Yes, I'm a drug addict. Dinah blames Gann for the deaths, claiming that if he hadn't pulled his rebellion stunt, none of this would have happened. Meanwhile, Drake escapes through the sewers.
Can I get a ride on your alligator back, bro?
I was going to say, not quite a clean getaway. As Gann leaves the building, Sergeant Brennan sees him through binoculars and, realizing that he failed, escapes. Dinah overhears the remaining dealer mention that there was a sniper in a tree somewhere and follows up. She finds the tree and a single shell casing nearby. All right, thoughts on 2?
Well, that escalated quickly.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so good. Like, modern comics could never, bro. This would be like a 2-parter.
Yeah, this would be, I was going to say, not in 4 issues, they're not going to do this. No. 6 to 12.
Yeah, I'm just talking about this particular issue would have been broken into 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please, depending on who writes this, Bendis, that conversation in the apartment would have taken 1 issue.
Shut up.
You know it's true. Shut up. What did you say? I said being human is great. What?
Oh, never forgive, never forget.
Never.
Spend this.
Answer for your crime, sir. All right. So anything else? Should we move to the third one?
Let's definitely get to the third one because this is where things get juicy.
I love how like Lilith gets all with me for dropping a little Bendis hate, you know. But meanwhile, she's like, "You man, you have to come with a big penis, a big bank account."
I'm just saying we gotta match energies. We gotta be equally yoked.
Whoa.
That's
right.
all. I think
right,
that's
kids.
fair.
It's gonna yoke you from behind.
Trying to doggy punch me down.
I'm telling you, man. Everyone, you come for Salty and Petty because we keep giving you previews of it.
Uncensored and unhinged.
Oh, donkey punch me now, bitch.
Oh, damn. All right. All these covers are good, but like the first one, this third one's pretty good. Black Canary #3 from January 1992. New Wings, part 3 of 4. Somebody's Keeper.
Commend these broken wings.
Somebody told me that you had a boyfriend.
Oliver Queen does sometimes kind of look like a girlfriend when he
Wow!
shaves. I'm just saying. He's pretty. He sure does have a pretty mouth.
That's some rich people beauty there. After the failure of Sergeant Brennan to assassinate Gan Nagayan, Lauren Garinger Jr., the son of a senator, orders a drug drop site to be moved to a different location. Dinah Lance and Gan brief Lieutenant Cameron on what they've discovered. After Gan had staged a protest in Seattle's Chinatown against a crack house, someone inside the crack house opened fire. However, Dinah believes that there was also a sniper who knew of Gan's plans and simply took advantage. She believes that the senator and his son are involved in the drug trade and that Gan was an embarrassment to them. Cameron demands more evidence to support the theory, though. Mr. Drake, a drug dealer involved in the shootout, has gone rogue and hides in a derelict building. Meanwhile, Dinah and Gan are in the same part of town, arguing over the fact that Gan's protest got 2 people killed. As they argue, Gan discovers a sick addict unconscious on the street and picks him up. He asks whether it's worth the risk to take action and not feel hopeless anymore like these addicts do. Dinah relents and has Gan take the addict to the hospital while she follows Drake's trail from the crime scene. Elsewhere, Lauren Garinger Jr. arranges to have his father appear at the false drop site for his drug deal in hopes that Drake will appear there also. His plan is to have his father gain publicity while Drake is caught one way or the other. Meanwhile, Dinah discovers Drake's location. She is surprised by Gan, who appears beside her. Drake hears them and, thinking that they might be the younger Garinger, calls out. However, he begins shooting blindly at them moments later. Gan distracts Drake while Dinah sneaks up on him. Drake manages to notice Dinah and gets his hands around her neck, threatening to kill her. Gan reveals himself, however, pointing out that with all the methane gas from the sewage system, he
Wait
could
a
kill
minute. Methane gas, you say?
could kill them all by using his cigarette lighter. Yeah, right, Lilith. He could light that methane gas. Salty and Petty kids. But he could kill them all by using a cigarette lighter. He offers Drake the choice to either come peacefully or die in an explosion.
Come with me if you want to live.
Drake makes as if he's going to release Dinah, but pulls his gun on Gan. His magazine, however, is empty, and Dinah knocks him flat.
Now we know what we say. Don't pull it out unless you're ready to use it. That's true of penises and guns.
Well,
Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
we tried, but it jammed with Hellfire.
Got to take better care of your equipment, bro. Got to lubricate it.
Got to clean it a couple times a week, kids.
Exactly.
Hey-oh. Dinah has Drake lead them to more evidence, before they appear at the supposed drop-off site beside Senator Garnier and Lieutenant Cameron. However, seconds after Dinah introduces Drake as their prize witness, Sergeant Brennan shoots him through the head. He then
Like a
escapes.
hole in the head.
Ayo! Vowing to kill both Gan and Dinah next time. I'll get you next time. Dinah and Gan investigate the tanker, and she picks up a lead on the real drop-off point. Dinah reveals that there is a white supremacist camp somewhere near Gray's Harbor, which could potentially provide a link between the Garningers and the drug trade. She leaves Gan outside the camp and attempts to break in, but as she cracks a padlock, she is interrupted by some thugs who have captured Gan. So, thoughts?
We could have wasted everybody, but you know.
Well, tried when he pulled that gun out. Mr. Drake.
Be like, just be like freaking Deadpool. Every villain dies. No repeats unless you're Taskmaster. I'm just saying.
Speaking of, we're getting a new Deadpool #1 soon.
I know. He's showing up everywhere, so clearly that means he's getting an ongoing.
Don't call it a comeback.
Call it a refresh.
Is that the new plan with Harley? We're going to go the Deadpool route, cool off for a couple months, maybe a year, and then come back guns a-blazing.
The show is doing so good, and it's so different from the comic book. They don't need the comic book to sell the merch.
No.
They don't. And I mean, like I said, the numbers have been going down, clearly because you see them burning them off every week. When's the last time you saw that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they've done 4 in a row now. I think.
Yeah, so it's.
And then I think there's another one this coming week too, because I think my guy at the store said, "Oh, there, I see another one, the next one on my list." I'm like, "Oh, jeez." So they are burning them off.
So I would be okay with just the show being the only Harley thing out. That's all we need.
Well, if they want a successful comic, do they need to give her a break, and then when she does come back, her and Ivy are a thing on the show, or?
I think that Ivy and Harley in the comic book was too divisive as a couple.
Yeah.
Where on the show it makes sense, but they didn't really develop it enough in the book. And I don't think that they want to go back and forth. I think they just want to have Harley either single or maybe try to get with Catwoman. I don't know, which I'm kind of shipping. If we're not going to reboot the book back to basics, I would be okay with that.
And if you want to be closer to the TV show, maybe just do a series of miniseries and have them all back.
And the thing about it is that Eat, Bang, Kill Tour book did not do well either.
But yeah, don't have it based on the TV, but have it close. And I'm just saying, do them all as Black Label books.
Yeah, the Harley would benefit from Black Label.
You got Black
Label. And we know
Label.
that it sold because White Knight sold. That one White Knight that was about her in the White Knight universe. It sold pretty good.
So yeah, so, you got Black Label. Yeah, that's the character it would work for Harley.
And Joker. Because I don't want to see another mainstream Joker book. I put it on Black Label.
Would it be going too far if you got nudity in a Harley Quinn book?
I think it would. People would see it as gratuitous because she's a woman, and I don't think that that's a fair criticism. But I think that would be a common criticism because people don't really understand. They just like to overreact. Do you know what I mean?
Although there are fanboys, I think.
To be fair, if it was like Amanda and Jimmy, no tea, no shade, if they were doing the Black Label book, I would be offended by the nudity because that absolutely would be gratuitous.
Yeah.
Because of everything that they wrote on the mainstream book, I would just automatically not give them the benefit of the doubt. But if it was somebody new, maybe. Tasteful. It has to be tasteful.
Yeah. There'd still be a ton of criticism, but I guarantee you that thing would sell out.
I mean, if she can rape Nightwing in a cartoon, she can get nude. She can get naked.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Black Canary #4 from February 1992. New Wings Part 4. Just say thank you. Oh, it's the end of a Lilith Hellfire date. Just say thank you and get out. Be glad you got out of here with your life. A tanker smuggling a particularly sturdy brand of suitcase full of cocaine uploads its cargo into the ocean where the suitcase's specific gravity keeps them floating 3 feet below the surface. seems like this era of like Green Arrow and stuff, they're doing a lot of the drug trade, but I don't know.
Everyone loves cocaine.
Okay.
Well, how else are they supposed to be grounded and gritty?
I
And
guess.
it is in Seattle,
Oh, yeah.
where it's a lot of like harbors and easy to just put your drugs on a boat and kind of like
Yeah.
And plus, it is the 90s. That is a real epidemic that's going on right at that
And that's
time, too.
and that's the Northwest. Everyone's a lot of
The
people
Pacific
thinking,
Northwest. Get it
yeah.
right.
And people are a lot of people, especially in that era, were thinking, oh yeah, drugs are only coming through the southern
which is
border.
the gag is really it's just marijuana. That's the gag. But I guess they didn't know that, so it's fine.
Well, that's the thing, though, too.
Cocaine's more of a Florida I-75, I-4 corridor kind of thing, but nobody knew how to do research. So.
Yeah.
I mean, Green Arrow in Miami. He's got the green in the swamps. Like, why the hell not?
Hell yeah! Oh my god!
Again, DC, when you get your act together, call me. I have a script.
There you go. How about Green Arrow, Black Canary in Miami?
Ooh. I'd be down for that.
Hey, well, yes. Oh my god. Arrow boat everywhere.
This isn't Dexter.
Miami Vice. Elsewhere, Black Canary watches as her friend Gan the Guyan is attacked by white supremacists. As a distraction, she sets fire to an open suitcase of money, giving them both, she and Gan, an opportunity
Who is she, the Joker? My money was on the bottom? What?
You need the money. Gimme.
She's been like, I'm going to pay a lot of bills. She forces Gan to escape across a river because his ethnicity puts him at an increased risk if they catch him. But then she uses him as bait for a trap, and together they capture one of their pursuers. Gan nearly kills him in anger, but eventually they leave him alone. Meanwhile, Chad Brennan, the son of a military sniper turned assassin, grows disgusted with his father and drives off late at night in his truck. As he drives, he comes across Dinah and Gan climbing over a barbed wire fence. He offers them a ride, and Dinah leaves Gan with Chad, splitting up so they can try to stop the cocaine shipment. Dinah goes to the local sheriff, who expresses disbelief at the suggestion that a multi-million-dollar cocaine syndicate is coming out of one of the poorest communities in Washington. He dismisses her, and as she leaves, Dinah palms
she's a woman.
And the guy's probably in on it. Dinah palms a handkerchief from the sheriff's desk, noticing that it has a swastika emblazoned on it.
Which, let me tell you, if you know, that makes so much sense for the Pacific Northwest, historically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but every time somebody says detective work in the Pacific Northwest, all I can ever think of is that Nicolas Cage movie with the bees. Wicker Man, the Nicolas Cage version, yeah.
Oh my. Later, Dinah spies on a tanker in the harbor, noticing the presence of high-powered guns, along with Lauren Garinger Jr., the son of a senator. She dives into the water and hotwires a nearby motorboat. She then adjusts her costume to appear more feminine and attractive.
Did someone say motorboat?
Hey-oh! Whoa! What do we say? Lilith? How far are you giving or receiving? Jeez.
Either way.
Oh, hey-oh! Well, she did DJ in strip clubs, kids.
But unlike Charlie Esser, I don't swing around on poles.
Oh, hey, no, you're a motorboating in the
exactly
as a customer. No.
Show me a pole and I'll dance on it.
Jeez.
I'm uncancelable.
It's my favorite drop, bro.
But yeah, she adjusts her costume and drives the boat away. Chad takes Gan to the Quinault Indian Reservation, revealing that the daughter of Ren Cole, a mutual acquaintance, is his girlfriend. Chad's girlfriend suggests that Garinger's people might be dropping their cargo in the Quinault's waters because the reserve doesn't have much of a police force. Gan and Chad make plans to create one. Dinah uses her boat and physical features to attract the attention of the drug smugglers. Feigning a boat crash, Sergeant Brennan fishes her out and they take her on board. She pretends to be unconscious as the smugglers lock her in a room below. Immediately, she springs into action, knocking out a guard and stealing a gun. She then knocks out the navigator, taking control of the steering wheel. No wonder Ray read this one. Her costume's even skimpier than usual. Meanwhile, on a boat in Quinault waters, Gann watches as a helicopter carrying Senator Garinger flies overhead. He comments that he believes the senator doesn't know about his son's involvement in the drug operation, and he otherwise cannot afford not to be involved in this bust. Dinah makes a mayday call from the smuggler's boat, but she is soon attacked. She knocks out her attacker and uses him as a hostage to get outside. However, Chad and the Coast Guard have already arrived, placing all of the boat's passengers under arrest. Sergeant Brennan attempts to fire on them, but Dinah intervenes. Brennan nearly kills her, but Chad yells for him to stop, shooting his own father. As the sun sets, Gann and Dinah go over the case, worrying about Chad after killing his own father. They decide that eventually he'll be okay, like most other people.
Yeah, if you're a super villain.
And if you're looking for continuity, kids, Black Canary next appears in Green Arrow number 59.
So close.
So, thoughts so far?
Solid. This run's sturdy, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Just like its main character. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. They really captured like everything that I like about Black Canary. So she's self-sufficient. You know what I mean? She can take care of herself. She still has some insecurities, and I do like that she's a legacy character. So always in the back of your mind, you know that she's kind of carrying that in her head. And you probably should read a little bit of that Mike Grill to kind of, if you're brand new to Black Canary, to understand what they kind of mentioned and glossed over about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to, but like if you really want to know.
What, the longbow hunters?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, like I've never really been a fan. It's okay.
Yeah, like if you want like a more.
Like I'm not a fan of year one either. Like that's just such a drastic change to the Green Arrow legacy, and that affects anything that kind of affects Black Canary negatively. Obviously, I'm never happy about.
Yeah, but if you want like a more realistic take, the Grell run, it's much more grounded,
It is
street level. So if that's
and that's why she's street level here as well. But she's always kind of been street level. She cares about the people and stuff, and I think that's probably why I love that take of Young Justice, where she's like the counselor and stuff, because she's very observant and she's empathetic and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
That's another good take if you haven't seen Young Justice yet. Even in the Justice League Unlimited, very comedic. Love all of her appearances in Unlimited Justice. So
well, like even like modern, I mean, whether it's the comics or any of the shows, it's like I think modern times, like Black Canary is like more relatable, more easy to approach probably than Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
for people.
Wonder Woman's lost her way. Black Canary just gets ignored and disrespected. It's a difference. Yes. But I like her in Birds of Prey. I think the Birds of Prey book's a really good way to get to know her as well.
Yes.
Even that new 52 Birds of Prey is pretty damn good. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, that Ra's al Ghul storyline is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's like, I was so shook in New 52. I'm like, wait, Birds of Prey is good in New 52? But so was Green Arrow and Aquaman. Like I'll say like the major characters like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, even Flash kind of suffered a little bit during New 52. But the other characters that really came out of that I was shocked. Yeah. I know I give New 52 just absolute grief, and rightly so, but like some good things did come out of New 52. They just didn't carry over to Rebirth, unfortunately. Like I don't like that Rockstar storyline. I hate that. I hate that for her.
Yeah. Yeah, the one we covered. Yeah. As it was coming out.
Yeah. And then they kind of like put that in the movie, so that kind of pissed me off too. But like it's kind of funny because anytime they do like, you remember like what was that the Gotham pinup Funkos and stuff. She was like the singer. And I was just like, oh, can we stop leaning into that?
She has sonic powers, love.
Of destruction.
Exactly.
They're for destruction! Let's level a building. Let's shake the world apart like Vibe. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Let's do it.
I like her power set. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's underutilized for sure, though.
Well, yeah. Because here she had kind of lost
But
it.
then that makes her have to depend on the physicality more. And I like that. Like I said, I like that she's really capable and competent hand-to-hand fighter. She can kick Batman's ass. It's canon. Look it up if you don't believe me. So, yes. That is my favorite. That's my favorite thing about Black Canary, honestly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I do hate the fact that, like, well, she grew up in Gotham. I'm like, you went too far. You went too far with that one.
I know everything has to come back to Gotham. It's like, no. Put her in New York, something.
Seattle is fine.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I highly suggest. I think this is a good start, and I hope that piques everybody's interest that hasn't really been in the Black Canary to kind of get into Black Canary. Like I said, I do recommend that New 52 run. One of the rare things from New 52 that I will recommend. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Looking forward to the day when Black Canary can get a standalone book again.
Yes. Definitely. Although
I do like, I will recommend to Black Canary, Green Arrow and Black Canary Wedding. That's a pretty good one. The art is absolutely great, and the covers are freaking hysterical.
Yeah. Although I was gonna say she might be on the waiting list to get her own book. Because I mean, again, we don't have a Green Arrow book. We don't have an Aquaman book.
I don't care about Aquaman anymore.
Oh damn! Did they beat the love of Wonder Woman and Aquaman out of you?
They did. Between the movies and the comic books right now.
Oh,
Unless
I hear
they
you.
get Ted McGinley as his dad, like, I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's what should have been in the movie. Oh my God! Now that Nicole Kidman and Ted McGinley should have absolutely been his parents. They messed up because they didn't call me.
Yeah, those movies.
Poor Ted McGinley. That's outrageous.
Outrageous. So are we? So that Aquaman 2 is really happening, huh?
I told you they're gonna Jersey Girl Amber Turd right out of it. They have to.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna die having that baby or something. I don't know. I don't even know what Aquaman 2 is supposed to be about.
What she's not.
I heard Black Manta still doesn't have a lot of screen time in Aquaman 2. So
why?
Well, first of all, the guy that they got playing Black Manta is way too good for DC at this point. He literally blew up and was doing any and everything, and I was just like, they could always just recast because he's too good for them. I don't want to see another young black actor subjected to their trash tactics.
I mean, I was gonna say, is he still under contract with them? I was like, Marvel, reach out.
For realsies.
All right, should we give the kids the homework?
Give them the homework.
All right. So the next 2 weeks, we're going to be covering, there's a 12-issue Black Canary series from 1993. So, yes, next week we'll cover the first 6 issues, and then in 2 weeks we'll cover the second 6 issues.
Put your reading glasses on, boys.
And I was going to say young, but...
not old man Ray Ray.
An old man in Australia rejoiced.
Rumpy pumpy.
Get your wine, your tissues, no judgment.
Wow! Gotta empty that wine bottle for something, huh? Ray's like, why is it always me? Don't worry, sometimes it's Russell.
You gotta rub that one in.
And
we're not talking about Kingpin's titties, so we're not talking to Russell.
And once again, thank you to our other patron, Justin, for really stepping up in September.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Appreciate it, but Mama's home. Thank you for your service, sir.
Oh, my. All right. So, yes, kids. So, send your thoughts. More Black Canary coming at you. You're welcome, Ray. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find Unlimited Justice on Facebook, on Twitter. Join the Justice League Justice Society Facebook fan group. Find all our social media on. Find links to all of it. Link to the YouTube channel again. Subscribe, completely free. Everything we do gets a video, including this. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of it.
Smash it.
Smash it.
And of course, please subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, you would think we would you would think we had deadbeat ex-boyfriends because we don't have money. We're paying for this out of our own pocket. So
What we do, come be a part of the patron elite. Come be our friends.
that's right.
That way you can tell us what to do.
Float us some suitcases full of money. We won't much know where it's from. But yes, $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
Always a good time. And of course, the opposite of a good time, superhero movie brackets. We will find the worst superhero movie of all time.
If you want to see Phil's villain origin story, be sure to tune in.
Excellent.
How about new?
So so find all that, or pick yourself up some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. You can find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right. We already talked about this a lot of times, but all right. If anyone wants to talk about kicking men's asses, Lilith Hellfire, where can people get a hold of you?
If you want to have a little 2022 dating advice, please be sure to follow me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire69, and of course on TikTok, making all of the comments. Your post could be next, but none of the content at Lilith Hellfire69.
Either do the 6 or do the 9. Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
Just
We
trying to
get
get to
around your
669.
Here, bigger, harder, stronger.
Every time a 69 pops up, Lilith, well, not wings, but
Somebody was trying to sneak it in.
Somebody gets a Red Bull and a blue pill.
hey-o.
Somebody's muffins getting buttered. That ain't my business. It's so salty.
We're talking about Ray's new Twitter handle. You should change yours, Queen Salty.
I might have to make another one just for the Salty and the Petty show.
Queen Salty and King Petty.
Yes.
Oh, damn. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Join us 2 more weeks of Black Canary, and we'll round out the month with some Power Girl. You're welcome, Ray.
Do.
Says we don't pander to our patrons. Patron pandering at its finest.
Oh, this month really is Busty Justice.
Hey, Yes, ma'am. October, give them the
More
O
like
face.
Boobtober.
October, give them the O face. But until the next time, get yourself some justice.
Unlimited justice. Busty Justice.
Right in the